Ready to get your shit together? Isn't that what we are all truly trying to do? In this fun, life hack-full show, we will learn together how to navigate this roller coaster called life. We, as glorious messy humans, can sit in the proverbial third car, grumpy and bored, or in the front of the roller coaster having the time of our lives. What do you choose? In this show, you can expect meaningful content and practical takeaway tools to make life easier and exceptionally more joyful. There will be epic guests who already love their lives, allowing them to share their get your shit together tips and words of wisdom. Life is too long and too short to not love your life. Welcome to Get Your Shit Together Live with Amy Joy. Hello, happy Thursday, and welcome to Get Your Shit Together Live with Amy Joy, and I'm your host, Amy Joy. It's a beautiful Thursday. Happy New Year. I hope you all had a beautiful time with your family and friends, connecting and loving on each other. And so excited about this new year. Today's question that we're going to be addressing is, what do you really want out of 2023? All right, what do you really want? Materially, emotionally, spiritually, and experientially. When you can cover those 4 categories, you can have a very full, amazing life. So we're going to talk about that. I'm very excited as well to introduce you to an amazing human, Dr. Michael Einsohn. And he is one of the best doctors I know for thermography. Now, we've been laughing because I've been having a little block about the word thermography. It is the best way to have a test of your whole body, and you can find all kinds of things wrong or right that's going on, and it takes a lot of the guesswork out. So we're going to learn about that, and he's going to give us some tips and tricks on how to go through life. This show is all about life hacks, all about tools that we can walk away with, that we can take home, that we can change our life, because that 2 millimeter difference still changes the trajectory of our lives. And that's why my show is under the Trajectory channel on E360 TV, because that's what we're about. We're all about changing the trajectory of our lives so that we can love our lives even more. Awesome. So stay tuned to the end. We're going to have another mantra magic for the week. We're going to have our meditation moment. I'm going to finish that off with a blessing. It's going to be a beautiful time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking your very special time here with us today. All right. So it is time for Change Your State, Elevate. And this is the part of the show where we raise our frequency. Now, what does that mean? There's low frequency and high frequency. Low frequency is pain and fear and guilt and shame, right? But high frequency is love and joy, peace, calm, all right? And we want to get there because when we're in a high frequency, we feel differently about our life. And how we feel about our day, our week, our month, our year, our life is very important, wouldn't you say? And we can do that in just 2 minutes. Now, if you've watched some of the other episodes, you'll see that we learn the crossover, we've run in place. There's all kinds of little tricks there, 2-minute tricks and tips. So if you want to watch the past episodes, you can on E360 TV or on our Facebook page, Get Your Shit Together Live with Amy Joy. And for those of you on Facebook right now, thank you for that. It's awesome to have you here. Please interact with us and during the show. Would love to hear your comments and thoughts. Awesome. So here's what we're going to do for our 2 minutes to elevate our state today. All right, bear with me. I am going to do this for the first time. I'm going to share my screen. All right. And I'm going to do this. We're going to do this. All right. We are going to laugh together. All right. If this doesn't make you laugh, I don't know what will. Let yourself go. Let yourself giggle. Oh. Oh my gosh. All right, did you enjoy that? I gotta move this. All right, here we go. Oh my gosh, how great is that? So much fun. It's that age, right? That age of baby when they just giggle like that. So, laughing, y'all, laughing is a wonderful, wonderful way to change your state, to change your state and to elevate. And you can just, find some cat videos and quickly for 2 minutes. Don't go down the rabbit hole, right? But you can take those 2 minutes and make a difference in your life. So, oh, that was great. I enjoyed that thoroughly. All right. So right now we're going to do the teaching point of the show and I am really excited about this. I got to say I was a little concerned, I suppose is the word, on how I'm supposed to teach this in 5 to 7 minutes. I spent 6 hours on Sunday doing my plans for 2023. And I have a whole system and it's all written down in the book that I wrote this year, which is called Get Your Shit Together, How to Go from Fear to Freedom. And it was really neat because I got to actually look at my own book while I was doing it because it's all laid out so simply and clearly. And if you follow those steps, it changes your life. So I didn't always grow up having dreams. I was a missionary. I grew up as a missionary kid, and which was amazing. And we drove piece of shit cars and we're happy and grateful for it, right? And we had hand-me-down clothes, and again, nothing wrong with those things, but I just didn't know how to dream. I had never been taught how to do that until I had a friend, a coworker at work who taught me how. And I have systematically used this for now the last 11 years. And it was really cool because I have my journal here. This is the actual journal, and it's all kind of wearing out because of how many years of writing out my New Year's intentions, my New Year's goals. And it was really neat to see. Now, I'm going to share a few things with you, not to impress you, but to impress upon you how this works, because in a few minutes here I'm going to give you the exact steps on what to do. And then I really hope that you go, if you haven't gotten the book yet, you can do that. I'm going to put it up here, how to easily get it. There you go. And if you want to go to my website, please do. Here's why. I have a free download for you, and it's right here. So you can just take a picture of that QR code, and I have a free chapter in my book if you want to just start with the chapter. It's chapter 5 that goes into great detail on how to plan your year and basically how to plan your life, because if you consistently do it, that's what ends up happening. Yeah. Awesome. All right. So in 2020, I wrote that I was going to write a book. Ha! Done. Check that off. I have here in 1 to 2 years have yurts or tents outside for a retreat center. And that is literally happening as we speak. I have the first retreat here at Upaya, which is where I have my healing center. And we start our first retreat on Tuesday. Got 22 people coming, and it's under construction right now. Yesterday, I wrote down I needed a backhoe, and I can hear the backhoe. It just arrived. So, yay. When you write things down, things happen. When you get clear, things happen. And it's magic, except for it's not. There's all kinds of science, but it would take too long to explain it. So I'm hoping you just trust me and you do these steps. So I spent 6 hours on Sunday writing out what I wanted, and we're going to workshop this for a couple minutes. So I hope that you can stop right now, whatever you're doing, and get a piece of paper. Okay. We should be in a pretty good state from laughing. Okay, so here's what I want to do. I'm going to show you. I'm going to present here. All right, here it is. Can you see that? I hope you can see that. Take a picture of it if you need to. I hope you write it in your own handwriting at some point, but these are the exact steps. Now, if you read chapter 5, it goes into more clarity, okay? But this is the Reader's Digest version of what I do every year, and it has completely and utterly changed my life. I love my life. Oh, and I wrote that down in 2020 as well, that I would love my life more than I ever have, and I do. We get to design our own life. We are in more control than we think, and what we've been told. And so here's the first step. You want to schedule a time to get your shit together and plan your life. It's only your life we're talking about here, right? You'd think we'd want to spend some time doing it. Now, some people might think 6 hours. No, it's too much. No, 6 hours in the scheme of your life is nothing, and I really hope you do it. I suggest you find a quiet place where there's no interruptions. I suggest you get into nature, get under a tree. If it's snowing where you are, then get where you can see nature and you can stay cozy and you're inspired. All right. So make sure you schedule a time and make sure it's a good chunk of time, because this takes some time. You might need 2 or 3 visits, right? If you don't have a 6 or 5 hour chunk of time, but this will give you a really good start. You also want to get into a beautiful state. So I've given you some tricks and tips on how to do that. So do that, get into a beautiful state. And then step 3 is you're going to brain dump. All right. You're just going to, with inspiring music, you're just going to write everything that makes you smile. Everything that makes you smile as you visualize it coming to pass, as you visualize it coming to fruition. All right. Material things, emotional things. What does that mean? How do you want to feel? How do you want to feel about your life? That's what I wrote in 2020. I want to be the happiest I've ever been. Right. How do you want to feel? Do you want to feel peace? Do you want to feel calm? What do you want to feel? All right. What do you want to experience? Where do you want to go? I'm in love with travel. I have been all around the world a few times, and I have not reached my limit. All right. The sky is endless, and I am going to see as many countries as I can in my life. That's what brings me joy. But what brings you joy, right? And then what do you want spiritually? What do you want out of your spiritual growth, your personal growth, right? What do you want to do? What do you need to do? What do you get to do, right? Write all that down. And then here's one of the most important things. You're going to, from the whole list, you're not going to judge it. You're going to star 3 things that are the most important to you, that you really, really want and must get done this year, that you know is important for you deep down in your gut. And you're going to star them. Okay. Then the next step is you're going to write down why. Why are those 3 so important? Now, if you can do this with more than 3, please do. That's why it took me so much time. But if you only did 3, it would make a difference in your life. If you only did these 7 steps that I have here, it'll change your life. I know, because I've done it over and over and over again, and I've taught so many people and seen the change in their life. So please trust me. Please do it. I'm excited for you. All right. So write down all the whys, and you should have a big freaking list of whys. If you don't have a big list, it doesn't matter enough to you. So find something that matters. Find something that gets you up out of the bed every morning. Okay. And make sure it's a stretch, but not believable. You need to still believe that it could happen. Okay. And if you saw my journal from years ago, they were smaller dreams. But then when you get to see it, you're like, wow, that happened. Okay, now my belief is a little bigger, and now I can dream a little bigger. I did this exercise with my kids, and I brought out my journal, and I went through, okay, this year I said I wanted to do this, and this is what I did. And then this year I said I wanted to do this, and then this is what I did. And after a few minutes, they're like, oh, and they sat down and started writing out their intentions. The first thing you also want to do is you want to write out your gratitudes from last year. And that really should have been step 1. I forgot that. So it's always your gratitudes. Gratitudes first for last year, all the things that happened, and then what you're also grateful for this next year. All right, so you're going to write your whys down. And then number 6, you're going to elevate your state, and you're going to visualize every day those things coming to pass, coming to fruition. You're going to feel the feels, you're going to smile, you're going to see all the things happening, you're going to almost touch it, and just bask in that feeling of it already completed. And it'll be really exciting when that happens in the 3D, right? And then the 7th step is to every day ask, what can I do towards my goal? What can I do right now towards my intentions? Action. If you don't move, you can't expect things to happen. You have to take action. And they're little steps, little itty bitty steps. We have some huge retaining walls out here that my family and I have worked together, literally rock by rock. And I am in awe of the size of the walls, of how much work that was, and yet it was only rock by rock. And now we have a retreat center. It's amazing. It's amazing. So I hope you're excited. I hope you are really, really looking forward to this year. And I would love to hear from you. So please connect with me. Go to amyjoycoaching.com, and I'm going to take this down for you. All right. So hope you got a picture of that. Hope you scheduled some time. And I would love to see and hear all the things that come to pass, because you spent a few minutes here with me today and decided to do this. Really, 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 I want to hear. It's my highest joy to help people have the life that they've always wanted. So, all right, we're on to the next segment, and I am so excited. All right, you guys are in for a massive, massive treat today. Massive. Did I say massive? Yeah, massive treat. We have Dr. Einsohn here. He is a specialist in his field, and I'm going to read his bio here for you. Dr. Michael Einsohn has completed more than 20,000 thermograms, mentored more than 200 doctors, and has been a consultant for the Cancer Treatment Centers of America. Doc's first degree was in biochemistry, followed by a degree in chiropractic. He was the first chiropractor on a medical hospital staff in the state of Texas. He has operated holistic, nutritionally based practices for over 30 years. He studied natural healing in Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, South and Central America. Whoa! To complement his expertise and enable him to work with all conditions using natural remedies. Woo! Dr. Einsohn opened the first thermography diagnostic center in the U.S. called Thermography Center of Dallas. All right, drum roll, please. Put your hands together and put some hearts in the chat for Dr. Michael Einsohn. Woo! So glad you're here, Doc. How are you today?
Doing great. I've never experienced your show before, and I've had a smile on my face since you first started sharing. So what a beautiful gift, and I'm going to put this out a lot through my people. So it's incredible what you're doing. It's so beautiful.
That means so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Michael, I want you to connect with the audience for just a minute and tell them a little bit about you. Who is Dr. Michael Einsohn?
I'm a passionate lover of life, and that passion has led me into the field of healing with a very gracious openness to learn from everybody. So in that prayer, then I have attracted great mentors who have facilitated my growth to one elevated state after another. And I live in gratitude because of them all coming into my life. And I seek more and more answers, and I seek more and more growth, both personally and for my staff. I have a beautiful staff of naturopathic women physicians who are all heart-centered and heart-dedicated, and we achieve magnanimous things. We achieve miracles on a weekly basis, and we've attracted the greatest, what I feel, diagnostic tools that exist in the world to really identify the cause of anything going on, from any condition like acne to the more serious conditions of heart disease or cancer. So we have the tools, we have the remedies, we look on the spiritual level, the psychological level, the emotional level, and the physical plane. So true holistic healing is just that. And I feel very blessed to be here today and share as much as I can with all of you.
Yay, amazing. Well, I can't wait for us to hear more about the thermography. I don't know why I have such a hard time with that. It's terrible. All right.
Word.
Pardon?
It's a different kind of word. It's not an everyday word.
Thermography. I'm going to say it so many times that you guys at home are going to get this in your head, and that's a good thing. All right. So tell us, what is thermography?
Thermography is the truly only that I know of that exists, a functional medicine test that will tell you the function of every organ of your body, every system of your body, your mouth, your brain function, and there's no other test that can do that. So it has the ability to show true functional changes 7 to 10 years before any other diagnostic test that exists. So it's a miracle.
Whoa. Can you say that again?
It'll show
Say that one more.
changes. It'll show changes 7 to 10 years before any other medical diagnostic test, and at the same time reveal the cause. So this was created by medical doctors in Germany who had access to a hospital along with biological, holistic dentists, and they pooled their resources, documented everything, brought it to this country, got it FDA accepted, and it's a very, very powerful tool that is your yearly physical exam.
Okay, and so that's what you recommend, is yearly have your thermogram.
Yes, I mean, blood is of very little value. Blood changes. Blood is the last thing to change in the body. The divine creation, the divine creation that we live in, the divine intelligence, it needs to protect the blood because that's our lifeline. So in order to protect it, and that's the only place that we diagnostically look every year when we get a physical exam. So it doesn't reveal much until after the fact. So the beautiful part about a thermogram is that it gives you, like, no two people have the same fingerprint. No two thermograms are the same. Millions of blood work is identical. It's either in the healthy range or slightly abnormal, but it doesn't really tell you the function of those organs until the organ is really of greater dysfunction, and then it shows itself up. And by that time, it's more harder work. So we can reveal things very early, develop a baseline, and see how you're doing on a continuous basis.
Wow. Last week I had Lori Kaplan on, and she specializes in epigenetics and the study of the genes. And the same premise is to look in advance to see what you're predisposed so that you can dial up or dial down the gene so that you can not have any future issue with it. It's amazing. So is this similar?
Right. Very similar. Totally similar. The consciousness there is beautiful. Now, if you combine what she's saying with what we can specifically identify, because you can have a weakness in a kidney and it could be coming from your teeth.
Whoa.
You can have a weakness in a liver and it's really reflective of your gallbladder. So it's very interesting. The thermogram will tell you where the weakness truly is, what you need to strengthen, and then you can see if you've achieved that. So it would be an interesting combination to actually connect with her and speak to her about those things.
I will do that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
She's actually I just did my DNA test and sent it in. And once she gets it, we're gonna have her back on live, and she's gonna read my results live.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So I'm happy to connect you with her. Amazing.
That'd be great.
So how does it work? Is it Is it painful? Is it take a long time? Give us a little idea of walk us through a thermogram.
It's totally non-invasive. There's
Okay.
a wand. It's about a 6-inch wand that just takes temperature, thermography, heat readings off of the body. And it's 119 points. So you sit in a temperature controlled room and you have certain prerequisites in preparation of the day when you come in. And you're just sitting in this room and the wand goes to 119 points on your body. You sit in the temperature controlled room for 10 more minutes, and then you redo all 119 points. And then you instantly have a 6-page printout that tells you all of the findings that were diagnostically evidently revealed.
Wow. So as a woman, sorry. Go ahead.
It's very gentle. It's barely, it's like taking an eraser and touching points on your body.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, very.
So as a woman, what got me really excited to meet you and to learn more about this is the fact that this is replacing mammograms, correct?
Well, mammograms only show structural changes.
Okay.
Which again is of no value because you don't know why the structure is happening.
Right. So then it's like a Band-Aid versus finding the root cause.
Right. So thermography doesn't reveal size of structure. It'll reveal that there is something there, but it's going to tell you why it's there, which in our viewpoint is tremendously of much greater value. And mammograms have been well documented to cause cancer because there's radiation there, and it's a medical fact that radiation destroys cells.
Absolutely. I am so thankful there's another way.
Yes.
So thankful. So give us some inspiring stories. What are some of your favorite stories from your thousands, 20,000 people and counting that you have helped?
You know, it's really beautiful because this every year is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we do Breast Health Awareness Month. And so one of the speakers we had was this beautiful, beautiful woman who came in with stage 4 breast cancer. And they wanted to put the fear of God into her and told her she should not leave the hospital that day. She needed to get into a room, and the next day they would do a bilateral mastectomy, and then they would immediately start chemo and radiation. And she should do that if she wanted to live to see her twins grow up, because they were 4 and 4 years old. And she thought about it and said, no, I'm not going to do that. To make a long, beautiful, exquisite, divine story short, she came to us, worked with one of our doctors, and we all work together. That's the other beautiful thing. You know, none of our doctors work alone. We all collaborate. So it's like having 3 doctors for each patient.
Wow.
And so she had a large tumor, stage 4 breast cancer. A year later, it's 100% gone. She goes back to her oncologist, and they think they made a mistake because they can't find anything. And she told that story and had everyone in the audience crying with tears of joy and beauty as to her beauty of her spirit and the support that she gained through us and the transformation her whole life went through.
Wow. Yay.
Yeah, so that's a real beautiful one. And the other biggest one is, you know, when I went into practice, I had so many women on Valium and Xanax and, you know, Zoloft and, you know, all these drugs that are so dangerous and they don't do anything. And it was beautiful. That set me on my journey because I wanted to find a tool that could document that They weren't emotional. They weren't crazy, even though their blood work was normal.
Right.
And even when they started doing their 24-hour urine tests, their urine for their hormones were normal. So there was nothing wrong with them. So they put them on drugs. And I knew that it wasn't true, but I needed a tool. And that's when I went searching and found the medical doctors in Germany with thermography and studied with them, and then opened up the center. So I've always been dedicated to women's health my whole career, because I feel they're the greatest ones that are taken advantage of. They are misled, and they are put into a position of fear. And so they act on fear. And it's beautiful to be able to serve them in a documented way, to be able to show them what is going on. You know, the documentation of root canals and breast cancer is very, very well documented at this point. It's very clear. You know, each tooth goes to an organ. So if you have a breast tooth that is compromised in any which way, then that communication to the breast can be off. It can allow, you know, changes to take place, and it can keep on going because of the typical way that the mouth is examined by dentists.
Yeah.
So the holistic dentist field has been growing and growing. Their consciousness is growing. And who do we wind up serving but more and more women, to get revealed that, you know, you heal the mouth, you can heal the breasts. So the divine creator made an amazing, beautiful creation that can get elevated.
Yes,
beautiful, wondrous, simple and easy ways.
Woohoo! Oh, I love it. All right, we're going to be right back after these few words, but stay with us to hear about what Dr. Einsohn has for you, a beautiful gift for you. So we'll be right back after these words. All right, we're back. All right, Dr. Einsohn, before we tell everybody your beautiful gift, I have a question from the audience. So Dr. Clayman just wrote this to you. How does it tell the cause of some developing disease?
Well, the fact that it identifies things in gradations. So we know, for example, congestive heart failure. Mm-hmm. That's a very common problem in this country. But really, the heart doesn't get congested, the liver does. So when the liver gets congested, it backs up the flow to the heart, because all of the pumping action of blood that goes through the liver. And then you can heal the liver and the heart function changes. We can see pancreatic changes and function of glucose intolerance way before it takes place. So when you have every single organ with an amount of function or amount of dysregulation, it becomes prioritized. Is it severe? Is it moderate? Is it mild? And how does it synchronicity of its relationship with other organs that are well documented create this process that the patient is going through. So it's very clear cut on how it prioritizes what is causing what.
Wow. It's we all need it. It's very clear
Yes,
to me that we all need this.
very
Um,
important.
why wouldn't we want to know 7 to 10 years in advance a problem that's pending that we could change? Like, to me, this is one of the biggest no-brainers I've ever seen.
And you know what's interesting is sometimes people say, I'm too afraid. I don't want to get it because I don't want to know. And I said, okay, no problem. I won't tell you the results. I'll just tell you what you need to do. And they go, really?
Oh,
And
that's
yeah,
beautiful.
you don't need to know. You just need to know what you need to do. And then the next year, I'll tell you that, you know, you had the dread mahacus and now we got rid of it.
Awesome. I'm putting up on the screen here how people can reach you, how they can see you on your website. And what is your gift for the audience today?
I want to offer $100 discount for the price of my consultation. So that's just
Whoa.
going to be a carte blanche gift. So if you call in to our center, that's our phone number. It's also
There
on
it
our
is.
website. You just tell Jill you listen to this program and that I made the offer, and it'll be a beautiful gift, and you can start the new year off in the right way.
Whoa, that's amazing. All right, everyone, call Jill, Dr. Einsohn, at +1 214 352 8758, and let them know that you saw Dr. Einsohn on Get Your Shit Together live with Amy Joy, and you will be able to have that $100 savings in that consult. So amazing. What a beautiful gift. Thank you so much.
And I wanted to tell you that even your advertising commercial made me smile. That was such an adorable ad. It was just priceless.
That little one at the end who giggles. I can't get enough of those giggling
It's
babies.
so cute.
Yeah. All right, I have another question for you, because I use this myself, so I know the answer, but for our audience, I really want to dive into this. What is kinesiology?
Kinesiology. Actually, there's a International College of Applied Kinesiology that's in London. It's been around for maybe 30 or 40 years already. So kinesiology is taught all over the world. It's a non-invasive way of receiving information from the body. So exactly. It's just asking the body very specific questions, and then the body will give you a simple yes or no. And when you don't have any care whatsoever what the answer is, then you will clearly receive more and more information from the body. So the body knows how to communicate.
I love it so much. I use it all day long. And I can't even imagine my life now without it. It's so beautiful. So you use that in your practice as well?
Yes, and even I use it all over the world with patients. So I've been doing telemedicine for 35 years.
Okay, so tell me about telemedicine.
Telemedicine is using kinesiology with a surrogate and just having the patient's name, and you can reveal their whole history and what their priorities are. And so I have patients in Europe, and I have patients as far as Australia still. So that have never met me.
Right?
Yeah.
It seems so magical, and some might say woo-woo, and yet it absolutely works. Well, I had a migraine the other day, and I have a beautiful friend, Dr. Clayman. He's the one who was watching today, and he's your friend as well. Yeah. I know. And he does that for me, and I'll let him know I have a migraine, and he does his thing with his assistant, who is the surrogate for me. Right. And we work on my migraine, and next thing you know, I don't have a migraine.
You know, there's a lot of magic in our world. And when you think about it, everyone's had the experience that they're thinking about somebody and they call. How does that happen?
Right. Right?
That's totally magical in my perception. Just
Yes.
like when you're eating lunch, do you tell your body what you're eating and that it should send out specific enzymes to digest that food? Well, how does it know that?
I
So
know.
that's amazing magic, And as you study the body, and it reveals to you its biochemistry and what it does,
Hmm.
it's phenomenal. So magic, we live in magic. What we are is a magical creation.
I couldn't agree with you more. I love magic and I seek it. I seek it out. I seek to find it. I just, yeah, there's so much magic to be found and to be enjoyed. And yeah, thank you for being part of the magic. So I have a question. This show is very focused on life hacks or life tips on how we can do life better, right? How we can just change just that little bit that can make a massive difference in our life, like getting a thermogram and understanding. All right, so you can't use that one. But if you were to tell us what your greatest life tip would be, what would you say?
Well, I'm going to surround it with a little bit more.
Okay.
Um, you know, I try to remove any boundaries, as you do, for developing greater joy, greater happiness, greater peace, greater love.
Mhm.
So most people don't realize that they have total freedom of choice.
Yes.
And that is so powerful. And I say to them all the time, I said, if I wanted to, I could go out tomorrow and I could, buy a robe and become a monk and go into a monastery and live there the rest of my life. They go, really? I said, well, yeah, I have freedom of choice. I can do anything I want. I can choose when I'm in traffic to be cranky or get aggravated and look at the clock, or I can go, oh, more time to listen to beautiful music and hang out and relax and enjoy. So surrendering to the beauty of life and honoring that we can choose whatever we want is magical. And people
Oof.
say, really? I can choose to be happy? I go, yeah. They said, that's a choice? I go, well, yeah, that's a real choice.
Yeah.
You can choose to react. It's like you come home and your house is on fire. So the first guy that comes home, he looks at his cell phone, he screams, he curses, he yells, he throws it on the floor, he steps on it, and his house burns down. And we say, oh, that's a normal reaction. Well, the next guy comes home and he looks at his cell phone, sees the house burning down, calmly dials 911, and he saves his house. And people are like, wow, yeah, I guess you could choose to do that. So, yeah. So we can choose to do anything we want. We can choose to live in our hearts,
Yes.
or we can choose to live in judgment.
Aho. Yes.
And
This is
we
what
have that beautiful freedom of choice.
I'm
So
so,
we can have as much health as we want.
yep.
We're all eating every day. So we just, we aim to be cheerleaders for our patients. We aim to give them unconditional love. We aim to support them no matter what. People come in all the time. They go, Doc, you're not going to like what I ate today. I go, how is that possible? I didn't eat it. You ate it.
Well,
you know?
thank you so much for being here. Thank you. I'm going to have you on at the end again. Appreciate so much your nuggets. So we have a choice, y'all. We have a choice. We get to design our life. This is what this show
Yes,
is literally all about. This is why I'm so
absolutely.
passionate. It's why I jump out of the bed. It's why I've been prepping all week for this so that we can learn how many choices we really have and we can take those steps. So Thank you so much, Dr. Einsohn.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you here in a few minutes.
Okay.
Right now, it's time for Mantra Magic. All right. What is a mantra? A mantra is a phrase on a loop that we get to say over and over and over to ourselves that is actually positive instead of all the BS that we tell ourselves all day that make us miserable. And so Kelsey, my beautiful, amazing, wonderful professional singer, who is also one of my best friends, she has put a mantra together for us this week and has every week. You can find it on Instagram at Amy Joy Coaching. There's my Instagram. So every week, if you want to see it and you want to play it over and over so it gets stuck, that's the idea. So please go to Amy Joy Coaching on Instagram to see it and to see her. And right now, this is Kelsey and Mantra Magic.
Guys, welcome back to Mantra Magic. My name is Kelsey, and you know what time it is? It's 2023. It's time to get our shit together. As we make those lists, those 2023 goals and resolutions, it's really important that we take action. So that's what this week's mantra is about. Go to chapter 5, guys, if you haven't picked up the book, and know what you want. Make a plan. Do chunk by chunk, okay? Ready? Here's our mantra. Get your shit together. I'm going from fear to freedom. Get my shit together. I'm building my dreams. Say you get your shit together. Going from fear to freedom. I'm getting my shit together. I'm building my dreams. See you guys next week. Muchas gracias. Happy New Year's.
Oh my God, how great is that? I did not tell her what we were doing. And that just made my week so great. Let's get our shit together. Woo! Awesome. So go to Instagram, Amy Joy Coaching, to see the Mantra Magic every week. Stay tuned. We'll be right back for Meditation Moment right after these messages.
This world is changing more and more every day, and we've decided to change right along with it. My name is Dr. Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm the president of Trajectory TV Network. At Trajectory, our vision is to provide a creative platform for top content creators and storytellers from around the globe. We're also dedicated to providing this world with content that is healing, educational, empowering, exciting, and above all else, entertaining and transparent. So right now, I invite all of you who believe yourselves to be global game changers to use the link found here and simply take a chance. Schedule a virtual chat where you'll have the opportunity to share your vision for your very own global television show with me, the network president. So use that link, and together, let's begin changing and healing this world, one story at a time. And remember, whether you have years of experience in front of the camera or zero experience, it doesn't matter. What matters the most is your desire to share great content through television and a willingness to share it with passion and with purpose. You might ask, how do I know if I've fallen in love with my purpose and my purpose has fallen in love with me? It's easy when you've lost your voice because you just can't stop talking about it. I'll see you soon.
Awesome. Beautiful. All right. We have come to the part of the show where we do meditation moment. Why? Why meditate? Well, for me, it's one of the most profoundly impactful things that I've ever done in my life and that I do every day now. And I wrote that in 2020 as well, that I would do yoga and meditate every day, and I do. And I can tell you that my life is not the same without it. And we're just going to do 5 minutes, so don't freak out. Don't worry. I know your mind is going to go, and that's okay. That's normal. We're human. This is the way it goes. But it's that beautiful moment when you bring it back to the present, that you're not in your messed up past or your messed up future. You're right here, right now. And that is the most perfect, beautiful moment. All right. So I want you to just close your eyes. At the end of the blessing, when I'm finished guiding, I'm going to send a blessing. This is from, I was initiated from a beautiful group in India called Ekam. You can go to ekam.org to see more about them. They are amazing. They've changed my life. And this is called the Serene Mind Practice. You can find it on YouTube if you're interested. So I'm going to do that right now with you. So just close your eyes and take 3 conscious breaths. Just feel the air leaving your nose and entering your nose. Now I want you to observe what thought you have in your head right now, or thoughts you have in your head right now. Just observe them. Don't make them right or wrong, good or bad. Just observe them. Now I want you to observe, is it a thought from the past? Is it a present thought, or is it more of the future? Again, don't make it right or wrong, just observe it. Keep breathing. Now I want you to visualize a golden flame right in front of your face, between your eyebrows. Just watch that flame for a minute. I want you to slowly bring that flame into the middle of your head. Just watch it. Now with your hands on your heart, I want you to think of some gratitudes from 2022. And may these gratitudes bring a smile to your face. And as you're thinking of your gratitudes, I will be sending you a blessing. All you have to do is set the intention to receive it. If you don't want to, you won't. Just enjoy. And with your hands on your heart, say thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful. If you're watching on Facebook, I'd love to hear your comments on how that felt for you, how you feel now. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to bring on the amazing Dr. Einsohn we have 1 minute. Dr. Einsohn, do you have any last words for us?
Yes. I want to encourage everyone to have the most magnificent love affair with themselves. And when you truly fall in love with yourself, that changes every action and every moment of your life. And one of the most ancient greetings on the planet is Namaste. And Namaste simply says, I honor the divine light in you.
Yes.
From the divine light in me.
Amen. Beautiful. The number is on the screen there to contact Dr. Einsohn to receive your $100 consult free of charge. And you'll be able to get help to know 7 to 8 years in advance what's going on with you so that you can change the trajectory of your life. We're going to close now. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending your time with us. Remember that together we vibrate higher. And that, my friends, changes the world. We'll see you next week. Make it glorious.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you for watching Get Your Shit Together live with Amy Joy. If you'd like to follow us, you can on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Amy Joy Coaching. Appreciate so much your likes, comments, and shares. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please reach out. We'll see you next time.